Cancer. So you've been diagnosed with the big C and fear is sinking heavily in your stomach. And you're probably wondering how you're going to handle the long journey ahead, which can take months or even years. And you're mentally and emotionally exhausted already. Well, you're in luck, because I believe these 4 steps that I'm going to teach you today really helped me thrive, really helped me to operate in a really calm and peaceful and objective manner when I was going through cancer. And I've been able to take these coping skills far beyond facing cancer, and I'm able to apply it to all other areas of my life. Hey everyone, my name is Trifina Sofian and I am a life coach and cancer survivor. And my mission is to help you get healthy, stress less, and live more. Mastering your mindset goes way beyond just positive thinking. So let's get right into it. When we're first diagnosed, we may be shell-shocked by this health crisis in our life, and we're probably not expecting it, and this diagnosis really came out of nowhere. Now, it's important to gain emotional control, and the way we do this is through acceptance. Now, what do I mean by acceptance? Acceptance of our circumstance, right? Acceptance means that, hey, this is what I'm facing now. This is the challenge that I'm facing now. And I'm ready. I'm ready to face this challenge head on. Don't make the mistake of thinking that acceptance means that, you've accepted your fate, your bad luck, and you're giving up. That's not what acceptance is. Sometimes when we are faced with something as shocking as a cancer diagnosis, a part of us kind of mentally and emotionally resists what is happening in our lives, because it is such a huge change, and accepting the fact that we are dealing with cancer means that our whole life is essentially turned upside down. We have to now maybe stop working, we have to delay our life plans and our life goals, and this is going to not only disrupt our lives but the lives of the people that are around us, right? Our friends, our family, our loved ones. And so don't make the mistake of resisting that new reality that is in front of you now, because all that's going to do is to create more emotional suffering for you. The second step to coping is what I called an inner resolve. What do I mean by that? An inner resolve is a mindset, and this inner resolve revolves around a master thought. This master thought is that whatever I'm dealing with, I can figure it out. Marie Forleo says everything is figure-outable. Right? This is your master thought, and there are going to be curveballs, there are going to be uncertainties and unexpected things that are going to come up in your cancer healing journey. And this master thought is going to prove itself useful over and over again, because it's reminding you this growth mindset that whatever it is, you can figure it out. You might not know how, but you can find out and find the solutions to whatever problems and challenges you're facing. And essentially, this inner resolve encourages a growth mindset when you are going through adversity. The third step in coping is understanding where your focus is. And there are 2 things that you can focus your attention to. Are you focusing on the things that you can't control, or are you focusing on the things that you can control? For every situation, for every circumstance that you are dealing with, there are things that you can't control and there are things that you can control. At first, it may seem like everything is out of your control, but if you really think about it, there is always something that is within your control. So take the example of a cancer diagnosis, right? You may be asking, well, I can't control whether I have cancer or not. Well, you may not choose to have cancer, but how you show up is within your control. Whether you are thriving in this journey or whether you completely fall apart is within your control. Another example where you may feel out of control is maybe if you were born with a cancer gene, right? We don't choose our genes, genes are out of our control, but instead we can focus on lifestyle. Lifestyle is within our control. What we eat, how often we exercise, and our mental health is within our control. The mistake that most people make is that they are focusing too much on the things that they can't control, and so they are riddled with anxiety, they worry needlessly, and they suffer from panic attacks because they are focusing too much on the things that really are out of their hands. And instead we need to focus that energy and that attention to the things that we can control, right? Give that energy and take action on the things that we can control. The way that we can train our focus on the right things is to have mini goals. We don't know what is going to happen in 10 years, but we know what's going to happen in, say, a week or a month. Have really short-term goals to focus on. So for example, if you are newly diagnosed, your mini goal can be, hey, I want to make sure that this diagnosis is done proper and complete, and it is completed in a swift and timely manner, that there are no delays and that there are no mistakes in the diagnosis process. See how my mini goals are focused on the things that I can control. The next step to coping is identity. So who you are being has got to do with how you are showing up. It's important that you show up as the leader. If you want a certain outcome, if you want a certain result in your life, you have to step up as a leader. And so what does that mean in the context of, say, a cancer diagnosis? Well, some people make the mistake of assuming the role of a passive patient, right? They just think themselves as a patient that just needs to do whatever the doctor says and cross their fingers and hope that they get better. But the people who thrive, the people who really achieve what they want against all odds, are the people that step up as a leader of their healing journey. And so a leader versus, say, a passive patient thinks differently, they take different actions, and therefore they get different results. And so you have to self-reflect. How am I showing up? Am I showing up passively, or am I showing up proactively? Am I leading my medical team? Am I managing them? Am I voicing my concerns? Am I advocating for what it is that I want to happen? So let me recap. In order for you to cope mentally and emotionally after a cancer diagnosis, there are 4 steps. The first is acceptance. Acceptance is going to give you emotional mastery. The second is an inner resolve. Remember, the master thought that everything is figure-outable. The third is focus, and focus on the things that you can control. Focus on setting mini goals and achieving those mini goals for yourself. The fourth is identity. Who you are being, who you are showing up is going to help you cope. Show up passively and you're most likely not going to cope, not going to get the results that you want. Whereas showing up proactively is going to help you feel more empowered, more in control of your life and health.